Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, that's also my screen name. Today we're going to pick back up where we left off with our Let's Play for Hydroneer. We had just gotten our basic parts of automation gone here in our bucket, and as you can see I am in the exact same spot I was when we left off, which means I have not played this at all or cheated on you. So we're going to see just what else we can do with our automation here. Alright, I have a couple of things down here that I need to fix, so I'm tired of whacking my head on things. I'll let this run for just a second, get us some wealth built up here. I did turn my mouse sensitivity down a little bit, so maybe the camera won't be as jerky. I'm used to it being super high, but I can see how that may be a little off-putting when trying to watch a video, so we'll see if that doesn't help a little bit with that. Alright, so we do have a fishy here. We're actually going to start working on fishing a little bit now, too. Not so much for money, but for other purposes. So remember the shenanigans that I pulled trying to get the bucket down here, or the pan, because I was too stupid to put it in place in the beginning. I also, in my panic, did not think that this thing works like a valve. So all I have to do to stop water flow is open that, and everything stops. However, for switching out our pans until we get the rest of our conveyor in place, that's going to be a boon. So we're going to let that build up for just a second while we look a little bit into what we need to do. I need to remember where I left our money. And I think I left it in the truck. Does that sound right? That sounds right. Nope. That's where I would normally leave it. Did I leave it in the vendor? Sometimes I do that. Either I know I'm going to be coming back to the vendor shortly. I left it by the vendor. Yeah, if I either know I'm going to be revisiting the vendor shortly or it's a vendor that I go to very frequently, I will sometimes just leave it in the bucket there because it's just going to get carried back again. So in this particular case, we're going to look at getting a fishing rod, which is only 52, which means we can actually afford one. And we're not fishing for money per se. We're going to be fishing to get the better rods for a quest later on for an item that we really, really, really want. It makes making your area much prettier, much easier. Now, something else that we could grab are a saw. Well, maybe not at 143. How much money do I have? Nope. So later on, we can get a saw. So what a saw does is when we make those bars, you can use a saw to cut it exactly in half, which if you notice the quests that you can pick up here, sometimes they want odd amounts. He doesn't. He wants a pretty solid amount. So we'll go ahead and take this for now. It's got 183 prospecting guild tokens. It's actually worth the time. We don't have a scale yet, and we don't have the means to cut down to size or increase in size. 7 emeralds is going to be a pain in the arse. There is a logic machine that we can use to combine, similar to how we do with the bars, but with gems. And we're going to set that up a little bit later. That's going to be part of our full automation up here. But for now, while we let this accrue, make sure we're not missing. Well, we've only had 2 misses. That's not that bad. We're just going to let that build up for a minute while we get our fishing stuff in place, and then we'll sell that off and do what we can with the money while it continues to accrue what we need. We're just going to leave our money here for now. Now, there are 2 specific fish that we are looking for. To upgrade your fishing rods, you can't buy better. You have to earn better. You know what? I don't actually think it matters if this guy's in the water. So we're going to do it this way. Let's see if it'll let me drop this fish in it. If it will, then we're golden. Yep. Alright, that works. So, when fishing, if you align your drop button over that, 2, 3, and then it'll splash. 2, 3, wait for the splash. So we are looking for a prawn to begin with and a puffer fish. Those are going to be our first 2 important fish. Everything else is going to wind up getting sold. 3. And you can catch any fish in any body of water, so that part's not really an issue. And we're just powering through fish, but we're not getting the ones that we want yet. Oh. Now, our fishing basket behind us does have the potential to catch both pufferfish and prawns, but after that you're going to need the better fishing rods to catch what we're actually looking for. That looked like a pufferfish. Were you a pufferfish? You were a pufferfish. Excellent. So we got our second upgrade fish, but not our first one yet. Whoops. There we go. The prawn's going to be pretty obvious. It looks like a giant red shrimp. Should catch another one? Nope. Oh. Oh no, those are the fish that we wanted to keep. Yeah, I don't see any red in there. Oh well, it is what it is. What are you at? Ah, soup, yeah. We don't have any plants yet. Now, the map down by Bridgeport, one of the plots that you can buy, is where I did my build in my other save when I was trying to learn the game. And I very much liked it. But I think I want to try to build in the forge this time. What? Oh, it did let me sell my fish to them. Weird. Or my boot. Weird. Last time it didn't. I had to take it to the other side. Now, there is an achievement. If you throw coins in the well here, it'll give you an achievement and give you a boot that is supposedly worth the same amount of coins. I don't know if it is or not. I only threw in 1 coin because I didn't know that when I threw it in. But we can experiment with that later. I'm still a little leery about whether or not we get all of our coins back or not, so we'll wait till we have a means to cut our coin stack down to 1. Okay. So we're going to actually use the cart a little bit this time around too, I think. But first... Ah, yeah, see, our machine broke. So we're going to cut off water. Drop you up there for a second while we pick up our mess. Thankfully, once we get... Oh, no. That's... I still need to hammer that stuff down so that that doesn't happen. And most of what we have so far is permanent, so I actually probably could hammer it down now and be fine. So we're going to go ahead and do this, and we'll swap you out for you. Okay. Now we have to use our terrible sorter to try to get this sorted out. The game, the more particles you have, the less happy the game becomes. That's why it's a little choppy right now, is because there's a lot of shit in that bucket. And it's really not going to like this. But once we get rid of some of these particles, it's going to calm down a little bit. That is a big-ass gold bar. And I forgot to put our sample gold in there because I was not paying attention. That's okay. We'll just add it up. Right like so. No harm, no foul. Alright. So now, let's do power next, I think. Looks like we do have a couple of gems, too. Here, a shard. Okay. I'll dump you in. And we missed the bucket. Let's bring this over. Get ourselves a bigger. Okay, now we can't combine these yet because we don't have the pressurizer, but that's alright. We're not ready to do that quest just yet anyway because we don't have a saw to cut things to length either. Or to size. You know what, we'll just do it this way to be easier. Ooh, onyx. So we don't want to use onyx as money right now. We're going to need 700 of the stuff later, and it is fairly rare. So we're just going to hold on to that. I think... well, it looks like we do still have a couple of gems left. There's a sapphire. Okay. So these guys we still want to hold on to for now. Here's what I mean about being able to do it quickly if you keep your dot lined up. Well, there's a couple of different ways that we could do this. You can make... and so every time you left click it goes to a different recipe. So a single is a dagger, a double is an axe, triple is a sword, a single and a gem is a ring, two and a gem is a necklace. So in this particular case, because of how many gems we have, we're actually going to go ahead and you do have to heat your bars up before you use them. So we're going to go ahead and use our sapphires, I think. They're probably going to be worth the more. They're the rarer. And where's my blacksmith hammer? Good, it's nearby. So we don't want these to cool down too much. I'm actually, while those heat up, going to come down here and give everything down here a quick go over so we don't have a mistake like we did a minute ago. It's still weird to me to see iron bars after the other save where I was using Cloudium. So every time I see the iron bars, I'm like, wait, that's not right. But it is. It is right. For now. Okay, why can I not get to our... there you are. Didn't you have a cork too? Apparently not. Okay. So that should keep our oopsies to a minimum. Go ahead and drop that. Let's see if we get another fish out of here yet. Is it a prawn? It's not a prawn. It is what it is. Alright, so these are good and hot. So we're going to go ahead and drop one. This is going to be a gold sapphire ring. Right like so. And you do make a little bit more money for every step that you take with your equipment. Now you can actually make jewelry out of steel or iron. So this one's an iron sapphire ring. So we're going to go, this is everything in this bucket with the exception of one of each gem that we got out of running that machine from fresh to breaking. So we're going to take this up and see what we get out of it. As long as it's enough to, as long as it's more than enough to afford 2 spanners, it was worth it. And it should be. It should be quite a bit more. Yeah, now we're talking. Alrighty. So that's almost 8 grand. With what we have over here, that is 8 grand. Alright, fine. How about this way? There we go. That's 8,600. We can actually get most of the rest of our stuff with that, I think. So something we are going to do to make our lives a little bit easier during this process is we are going to take the cart this time. Now the cart steer's funny. You can't move forward. Well, I guess you can move forward and turn at the same time, but it doesn't behave like you would expect it to. You can't turn with your mouse, though. You have to turn with your keys. So now we can load this guy up. I don't know if it works the same as the truck or not, though. I guess we'll find out here in just a moment. Ah, it does. Thank the Lord. Okay, so based on where we're at there, we're going to turn, and then we need 10. 1 and 10. Alright, that's going to give us a pretty solid start. So we're going to bring these on down here. I may have to clear out one side of the steps for this. We'll find out here in just a moment. Nope, it's going to let me get away with it. We may wind up having to clear them out anyway, though, depending on how friendly it gets with the actual conveyors. Okay. Sometimes it does weird stuff, like, no, you can't put that here. And then you look slightly off to the right and back, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Because why wouldn't it be? Okay, so what we're going to do is this spits out here, so we're going to have a left turn here that goes straight onto an up, and it's just going to go up and up and up. And up here, we're actually going to have it, whoops, continue up. That's not... Oh, yeah, that'll work, I guess. Okay, so let's go get some of our parts. Now that we can actually afford them. Now this isn't going to be able to stretch as far over as I would like. So there are 5 different ingots that we're going to need. But with this particular build, we can only get 4 of them because the core stone does not come from tier 1 machines. It will not come out. Even though we did get a little bit ourselves hand panning, the machine itself won't give us any of this red stuff, but it will give us some of this. So we're going to need one for iron, one for gold, one for shards, one for cloudium. So we need 4. And then we're going to need 4 more for each gem type. But if we look here, we have enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, but not 4 more. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our 1, 2, 3, 4, probably an extra one, and then we're going to do a turn, and we're going to do our 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I don't know that that's going to work either, because the gems aren't going to be side by side. We do need a gap for logic. I guess we'll see how it works. Okay, put the money in the truck. Leave our helmet behind. So as long as I put them in this corner here, we should be alright. I might actually need to... Oh, can I please get just a little bit more of the truck in there? Ah. Okay, so we know that we need to turn right. Did that show up? It did, good. And we know that we need 5 uppers. 1. Did it go up? It did. 2. 3. 4. 5. We're going to wind up needing 6 because I want that to be one off the ground. And then we're going to need one of these eventually. May as well get it now while we're here, since we can afford it. And these are going to be splitting left. So we need 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 4 for the bars and 4 for the gems. Okay. I can't remember if I got the left or not, so we're going to grab an extra one. Worst case scenario, we will use it later. We are going to need another left. And we're going to need some straights. We're going to need at least 3 straights. 2... Work with me here. And 3. We'll probably need more than... Oh, we need at least 4, because we need 1 for the gem cutter as well. It'll only go on a straight. And we're going to need more when we set up a saw. That's going to be important as well. But for right now, we're not going to worry about it. So that is... Oh my. That did not go as far as I thought it was going to. Okay, so scratch the other stuff that I had planned to buy. Hopefully we still have enough for 2 spanners. If at the very least our machine is now going to be spitting parts out up here, so we're not going to have to keep going down after them all the time. So, we're going to take these. And we don't have to worry about these over much. Yeah, it is going to let me put them where I want them. Excellent. So yeah, those stairs were not in the way at all. As long as they don't hang up the goods. That's going to be the second check. Yeah, as long as that part's good, then we're golden. We're groovy. We're not ready for you yet. Well, let's put you back on. It's starting to get dark. Okay, so you're going to go down here. Oh boy. That's what I wanted. Okay, so that's going to bring it all the way up here. We're going to need one more going up. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to have to turn this guy. To be more like that, yeah. Why are you being seriously? There we go. Alright, so we're going to need another angled one to turn that. So we're going to turn this, then we're going to go up one more. That way we can have a bit of a drop down. Now, they do sell funnels, and funnels do serve a purpose, but they are much, much later. When your ore is falling into the auto smelting bits, it falls in just fine. You don't need a funnel for that. However, we are going to integrate a logic saw, which is going to let us cut things to the exact size that we want for these quests without having to half and then mix and then half and then mix with the handsaw. The idea behind that saw is you can tell it through logic exactly how big you want something, and that is exactly how big it will come out. You know what? Let's go get those spanners while we finish unloading the truck. Just so that we can get that going while we're doing this. Do you have... Oh, they're at the other store. Actually, I think I'm just going to grab a repair kit if we can afford it. We can't afford it. But we can afford 2 of these, which is exactly how many we need. Just leave our coins in there for now. Now, if I remember right, I left the door downstairs open. Which is what I'm hoping. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and repair you. We'll go back and get our other spanner. And we'll repair the other one. Now, I know it looks like I'm putting a lot more investment into this than is strictly speaking necessary for a starting area. And that's kind of true. But we want to use this starting area to accrue us resources while we're getting our stuff together and actually building our second area. So we're going to let this keep running even when we're not present later on. So let's go ahead and start her back up. And this should take it all the way up to that bucket upstairs for us so we don't have to keep coming up and down the steps. Should being the operative word. So in you go, and then it's going to grab it there and bring it all the way up. We'll make sure it doesn't get caught on any of these ledges. That's my only real fear here. Okay, that drip's going to get annoying. And this should come all the way up into our bucket up here. I might have to move the bucket a little bit closer, I'm not certain yet. There we go. Alright. So we're in good shape that way. Now, since we need more money before we can do anything just yet, we're going to finish unloading the truck and then go back to trying to get that prawn. This will at least get us some more of the piping that we need. Alright, so we need a turner. You know what? We're gonna go get the cart again. Not the cart again, the cart again. That's not what I wanted. I need to put you back on here to heat up. None have missed. I'm impressed. And you can get faster carts, but honestly, once you're done up here, there's no real point. Okay, so got you. Just gonna give us a turn. We're gonna need at least 4 of you. 2, 3, 4. I did something foolish. We need 2 more of these to go up 1 more level. There we are. How much do we have down here? 300. Did I grab 4 of these? I think so. But we're gonna need more. At this point, anything extra is not going to be a real waste yet. Okay. I really don't want to upgrade this too awful much while it's running as the downside. Should have bought a magnifying glass. Does he sell magnifying glasses? I don't think he does. But I've been wrong before. No. What about this guy? Also no. Oh, I should probably buy 2 more spanners just to get ready for that bit, huh? So I don't really want to do any pipe work while it's running. That's going to give us some issues. And I don't necessarily want to shut it off. Where? I just had some coins. There. That's enough for 2 spanners. So the spanners are single use, they're destroyed upon use. These are 5 uses. So later on we will switch to them because they are cheaper than 5 individual spanners. Also, with our later setup, you can just dump all 5 into one of the auto spanner throwers. They hold up to 20. And that's... So the auto repair build that I got, I found from watching Hybrid Steel. But I modified his to better suit my playstyle and be a little bit more what I consider efficient. It really doesn't have any great impact, but I like it better. But it was modified from his original design, so... And I don't know if he originally designed it or if he found it somewhere, but it works. I don't have any way to check what our durability down there is at, so we're going to have to keep peeking at it here periodically. Now we're back to the boring with 4 pedestals for the relics And I know that a lot of the community likes to not tell everybody what happens when you get all 4 relics. There is a secret door that opens in here, and there is an item inside that you get to receive. You can either sell it for around 60,000 hydro coins, which by the time that you find all 4 relics is negligible, or you can keep it as decoration. I kept it as decoration, just because 60,000 hydro coins was nothing when I had over 500,000 sitting in my extra spot. I suppose early game it could be useful, but you'd have to know exactly where they are. And there are guides, most of them are outdated. But some of them are kind of loose in areas, so you'd have to dig around a bit. And I feel like in the same amount of time, if you were actually pushing for progress, you'd get more. Aha! Oh, yeah, it doesn't like that. The easiest way to keep the screen lag down is to keep your bits and pieces that are floating around down, which automation actually helps with. And I missed again. One of these days I'm going to get that right. It'll probably be about the time that we don't need the damn thing anymore. Oh. There was a, this one we can get prepped. I don't think we're going to have to use this again, but we might, so I may as well get it set up just in case. So I think we're going to have enough money after this to actually get the other equipment that we need to do what I want to do. So let's see what we got. If I was smart, I would have kept back an iron bit and a gold bit to put on the sorter pads, but I apparently am not very smart. There's another 8 grand. It's not bad to spend $104 to get, or 104 hydro coin to get 8,000 back. I think I'll take that. We had some coins somewhere. Oh, right, they're up at the spanner guy. We're not going to worry about that. Okay, so let's shift it to daylight. Oh. Two, 3, 4. Okay. And that is going to get the gem cutter on there. As soon as I figure out where in this mess I threw it. There it is. Nope, that's not it. That's it. Or gem polisher, rather. I don't think it matters which way that's facing. I hope it doesn't matter. Okay. I thought that we had one more upper. Oh, we do. It's way over there. Yeah, both of you are straight. Okay. Boink. Boink. Four. We need a left turn. Okay. So that's going to give us our ores. We're going to have iron, gold, shard, and cloudium. Then we have the corner. And we're going to skip one more because this is going to be occupied by a furnace. So we're going to have just a regular straight right there. And bear in mind that the gems at this point, because they went through the polisher, are going to be polished already, so we don't actually have to worry about sorting uncut gems. But from here on, every other one is going to be a gem. Like so. So we do need a few more pipes. Mostly straight. So we're gonna need... Oh, that's gonna be... I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that to work the way I want it to. Actually... that needs to be a T anyway. And then a straight. This is 1, 2. Neon arrow there actually leads you towards the logic stuff. So let's see. If I remember right, we still needed a right because we only grabbed lefts. And we needed a single right. So we'll start off with you. We're going to move over here. What you got? Alright. What you need? No. We'll get to the plants later, but for right now, I'm not even going to fool with them. We're going to have to get to them later, but for right now. There we go. Okay, so we want 5 of these. 1, ooh, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, we only need 4 because we can't get core stone yet. Okay, well that's going to save some money. So we're looking at 5,200 there. We need 4 of these. 1, 2... Wait, where'd the other one go? Did one of them not go in? Oh, there it is. Okay. So there's 2. 3. 4. Alright. That's a pressure gauge hook. We really don't need that. I mean, they're useful, but at this point I feel like we know what's going on enough that we don't really need one. I don't know that I can get everything else that I need for just 2,000. May as well get one of these. And a logic lever. So how much do we have left? 1100. I don't know that I'm going to have enough to completely automate the repair process yet. But we can go find out. Alright. Okay, so we'll come over here and get our coins. That was a terrible park job. Please don't judge me. Okay, so I need one of those. One.
Don't be a spanner. Make an auto repair machine to fix it for you.
One of those. Logic reader. What are we at? Woo! Okay.
Those lights can be all
How much are
sorts of
these?
colours.
Those are 1200 a piece. Yeah, there's no way. Okay, we need one of these. We can at least get some of it started, though. Oh, that's one too many. So let's take you back out. We'll pick you up later. And we're broke again. Good thing we bought those spam. The nice thing is when we go to move to make a bigger tier 1 setup, we can take all of this crap with us and know that it works. We're not going to take the pipes, but we can take the whole sorting setup with us. I like to connect my tier 1 build into my tier 2 build, so we're not going to take the pipes, we're going to use tier 2 pipes for the entire thing. That's part of the reason that I'm letting the starting area get as built up as I am. So with the kind of money that we're pulling in from it already, it's going to help us get everything set up the way that we want it fairly quickly. It is not my bed. Oh, right. What'd you catch? Nope. Keep hoping. Okay. So, we did get our right turn. Yes. And we have scales now. Whoops. So now we can weigh stuff. So we can take this and be like, so that's 22 pounds. And it's worth nothing because you can't sell it. Etc. Alright, so ours is going to come up here. And then it's going to get shunted this way. So we're going to want one of these under each... One of these under each of these. The gap being left is intentional, because that's going to make it so that, because these you can just click to pour out into bars right away, but that gap is where the funnel's going to go once we tie our saw in here. And we don't have our saw yet because we ran out of money, but that is going to be a thing that we do. And that's going to allow us to cut to keypad number amounts. So you can't do halves. Everything has to be whole number. But we'll be able to cut things to whatever size we like. So there we go. Now when I really should have kept one of each ore, because these are going to be bloody random at the start. So is our door open? It is. Really should have bought some steps too. That's alright. They're not that important. We're not going to be here long. Oh, I already repaired you. Okay, so everything here is good to go. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on. Just until we get one of each type on the conveyor. There's one. There's an iron. There's a shard. Come on, gold. No, another iron. Gold? Nope, another iron. I just grab the first gold that pops out and we're good to go. Oh. I need to come visit with a hammer. Okay, and then we can actually grab one of these. And put it in the last slot. And now we can basically ignore this and just let it do its thing. All the gems are going to fall right here. So as the ores come up, this is going to shift it to the left, which is going to drop it straight in to be refined. Bloop. So now we are completely hands off with ores, and soon we will be with gems as well. I am really used to tier 2 pipes though, so to me this is just going super, super slow. So while this does its thing, we're going to go and get the other parts set up here. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so for now, I'm going to use this to combine bars like normal. I forgot this thing requires water as well. Oh well. This is going to be a part of this. This is going to come off of here. And this is where mine differs from hybrid steels. He just has a bend here. And mine is split this way, specifically so that I can run a stop valve. So as long as a logic valve gets a value of 1 or greater, it will be open. If it gets a value of 0, it shuts itself off. So the idea is this thing's going to auto-repair through 20 kits, which is going to take quite a long time. I mean, we're talking a few hours real time. But if I'm not paying attention, if I'm off doing Lord knows what, and I forgot to refill it, which, let's be honest, that's a very real possibility with me, then it will, once it can no longer repair, it will shut off the valve so that the machines down below don't take any damage, which means we don't really need to run down to repair those anymore ever. The only thing we'll have to go downstairs for is to refill the power cell if all of this grinds to a halt. So this is going to check the durability on these guys. And I'm only going to have it check the closest one because it's going to take the most damage. The more pure your water is, the less damage things take. So the first one will always take the most because it's getting the raw water. The second one is going to be reduced by 2. And it goes up to 100%, so I think we only need 4. No, we need 5. Did I only buy 4? I only bought 4. Merp. Wah wah. And then this guy, when he's in place, will link up with that. I don't want to put it in right now, though, because it's just going to shut off water because this thing's reading 0. There's nothing to read. Until we can get the rest of our equipment. This is actually going to turn into a T later. I guess that's one upside to burying half of the... Alright, we shouldn't be accidentally grabbing stuff anymore. At least not through there. This is way better than watching me struggle with this stupid hand thing, isn't it? Okay. And now we can just, whenever we feel like. So that's almost 100 pounds. And then we can just drop it back in. That was a pretty sweet gig, huh? And we can actually grab one of these and clear out our cloutium now. Oh my. Alrighty, so just take this on over here, dump it out there, and let it do its thing. So we got quite a few gems so far. We can probably throw a bucket under there, so we know more or less where they're landing. Alright. Where's our clump of cloudium? There it is. These conveyors are so slow compared to the tier 2s. And the further they go, the slower they'll get. There we go. There was a prawn. Now we just gotta find it in this mess. I saw him fall out though. Got him. So this will get us our tier 2 rod. I really should have brought a vehicle, because I forgot we left the pufferfish over there for the tier 3 rod too. Oh well. Let's drop our prawn in, hit the button. There's our tier 2 fishing rod. The wonky fishing pole. And now it wants a puffer. And we've got one right here. And there's our tier 3. And then it wants a crabby. And we've got one of those too. Oops. I need a fishing rod holder, so we can put them in order too. Trying to get these out of the way early so I don't have to deal with them later. So once we get into plants, that stuff's fairly high maintenance, even with automation. Alright, where's our cart? We'll just take our cart with our crabby. Ploop. There's our map.
I don't suppose you can grab me this.
No, I cannot. Not at the moment. No money diverted from mining just yet. I'll just come around this way. Okay, that's our tier 2 pole.
I wonder where all these boots come from.
Next is the swordfish. The swordfish is the first of the fish that you cannot catch with the fishing trap or the starter pole. Perfect. Okay, we can at least... There we go. Temporary at best. Okay. So this should help us to set that stuff up. I'm able to condense all of these gems into 2 gem. Well, the greens are going to go into 1 gem. Less 1. We need to keep one of these out. Wait, do I still have... No, I don't. Okay, yeah. And then this blue needs to stay out as well. So once all the greens are passed, we can pull that blue off. And then we can carry on from there. I'm gonna have to do something about how slow these get towards the end, I think. And it's because they're the subpar pipes, but this is painful. I don't know if these will fall in like that or not. I'm used to having them drop down one first. If they will fall in like this, then I... Oh my, yes. Alright, so there's one big-ass gem. And 2 big-ass gems. Okay. So the emerald's going to go with the iron, and the sapphire's going to go with the gold. How much are you worth? 3,700 just for this one ring. Okay, where did I put the fish bucket? Right. And that one's worth 4,300. And we've got fishies on top of it. We need to remember to get 2 spanners for sure. Just so we can keep that thing going. Fishes! There's 400 bucks in fish. And apparently my rings fell out of the bucket, so that's fantastic. I think it's because I put them in the bucket while it was in the cart. So it did that stack thing that the other, what's it does. So there's 4,300. Up to 8,100. So we got 8,100 from our mining and almost 500 from our fishing. Puts us in a pretty good spot. Now, I didn't realize that I had always had my gems fall down into that. I didn't realize that they could just slide off into it. So that's going to change how I do the ending a little bit. And it's possibly going to give us a little bit more wiggle room. No, before we get nuts with that. Alright. Just to get that going while we're shopping. Okay. Where's our build hammer? I'd lose my damn head if it wasn't attached. Okay, I think we can actually make those come up instead. I can make this work. I can make this work. Okay. Setting it up like that's going to allow us to go up and over as well. So if we can't get under this stuff here, it's still not the end of the world. We can go up and over. It's going to look messy, but it'll still function, which is all we really care about. I am big on function over form. I always have been. So we're going to need a T, 1 T, 1 straight, 2 T, 1 straight, 2 T, 2 straight. Right. So we need to replicate this, which is a T and a straight. We need to replicate it 3 times. So 6 T, 6 straight. I'm hoping the cart's over here. I honestly don't remember where I left it. It is! No, not 6. 3 of each. 3 T's, and we actually only need 2 straights. And a cork.
You won't find better prices than these.
That's not that bad. When we're over here, we'll buy an extra, spanner or 2. So we know that we're going to need those. We're not fully repair kit capable yet.
The deeper you dig, the better the resources.
Okay. So there we go. Got all the pipes that we need and our extra spanners. Need to throw you in here. Alrighty. I try to put these in order of rarity. That way, when you're working on the end of the line, you don't really have to worry about a bunch of crap coming through. Oh my. Yep, we're gonna need another power increaser. Well, shoot. So if we take this one and turn it sideways, then we could put it there, and then turn straight, and then have this one rather than turn just be a straight. Yep, I think that's what we're going to have to do, because we at this point have lost so much power by the end here that it's not enough to run the conveyors anymore. Because we're dealing with poopy pipes. Yep. Yeah, we're going to have to do something to juice power. Okay, so we're going to turn that. We need 1 power. One power, 1 curve, and 2 straights, I think.
Come on then.
Nope, that's not what we need. I think we can get away with that. We will find out here momentarily. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is kill this. You know, I could realistically... There we go. Okay, take our hammer. Okay, so we're gonna have to pick you up. And you up. And you up. And you up. Okay. I'm gonna put our juicer in here. That's going to be awkward no matter how we slice it. Alright, fine, we'll put it on this side. There we go. That won't be so bad. Okay, now we should be able to put this stuff back. and pretend like everything is normal. Alright, here's hoping. Hey! That'll do for now. Yeah, that helps. That helps a lot. Okay, so we need 3 more of those. For now, I guess I could just use switches. But I would like to get that changed as soon as possible. So we need 3 more of those. That was a waste. I didn't need it either. I could have just used a bent. Oh well. Okay, and then over here, we're going to need... one more of these, because I only bought 4. And then 5 throwers. And then some infrastructure to get that up and running for the auto repair. But I think we will save that for next episode of Playing with Logic, because at this point, all that we need to get this fully automated, we already have these purchased. All that we really need to do is get these put in here. So we can even right now wait, am I short a straight? Alright, so it looks like we need a straight as well. But elsewise, we are in business. So 1 straight and 4 pressers, and then it's all logic from there. And this place will be set up and ready to go. And we can just let it churn while we get ready to start our second build that will start out as a T1 but will segue into a T2. Oh, I got lucky those aren't getting hung up on that pipe. Yes, I did. But they're not, so... Perfect. Perfect. I'll put this in the truck for next time. Alright, if y'all learned something useful or are enjoying the content, please don't forget to drop a like and possibly subscribe. And we will see you next episode for a little bit of logic tinkering, yeah? Alrighty. You folks have a wonderful rest of your day.